Hey, so I created my own Pokemon analytics platform. That's the thing. A couple weeks ago, I made a video where I say, hey, I created my own Pokemon analytics platform from scratch in 1 week. And it really took, to get a minimum viable product out there, about a week. Well, I want to give you an update on where we are today and what I've added to the site in just a couple of weeks following, and my sort of informal-ish roadmap. And I'm also looking for your feedback. What are some of the things that annoy you with some of the websites out there? I want to know what you like about this site, what you don't like about the site. So the first thing is, you can see on your screen here, is I was building these leaderboards. I'm a data analyst by trade. This took a lot of work, and I kind of got tired of doing that. So I had the idea, what if I just built a tool like how I do for my day job into something that is shareable? So for me, I build SQL pipelines, and it's just technical mumbo jumbo. You don't have to know all that. All you gotta know is I'm using that expertise to try and apply it to a tool that I can fuse my professional life with my personal life, my hobby. And that's where we're at. So this is Collectrics. Again, you saw that leaderboard. The first thing I wanted to do is recreate that leaderboard. The best sets to rip. So this is what I have now. Like, based on the cost and the value of the cards, in general, you'll always lose money opening Pokemon. Unless you're just the most luckiest person of all time, winning the lotto, you're always, on average, going to be losing money by ripping packs. It's just the name of the game. You do it because it's fun, or you rip a small amount and see how you do. But if you're really trying to build your collection purely by just ripping packs, then you're collecting wrong, or you just have tons of money to blow, and you do you. But so Phantasmal Flames, right now the best set to rip. All the way at the bottom, Paldean Fates 151, only because the pack costs have gone insanely high. Prismatic used to always be at the bottom, but the skyrocketing price of these packs just is out of this world. So they are now the worst sets to rip, even though they previously, like late last year, they were kind of mid-tier. But yeah, that's the leaderboard concept. And then this was a simple one. This is actually paywalled for collector. Or if you were going to get collector and you want to say set analytics, just knowing the total value of the set right now is paywalled. Kind of crazy, right? Well, there you go. You got your set value for every set, modern set right now. There's 19 of them between Scarlet and Violet and Mega Evolutions. And there you go. All right, so this is what I've added. Search. This is what I've been working on. This, I don't know if you can tell already, but building a site from scratch, this thing is snappy. I mean, honestly, if I'm searching for cards on a lot of these other sites, it takes a while. You don't really realize how slow websites are until you are using mine. But it's built from scratch. It is very, very minimal. So these things, this site loads very, very quickly. So let's say you want to search for Gyarados. I never know how to spell Gyarados. Let's see, we got Gyarados in there. It's my favorite Pokemon of all time. Let's see, Charizard. There's your Charizards. You've got, let's see, let's find that Gengar. Here's our Gengars. You see how quickly this loads. I mean, we're only loading, of course, I think it's truly about like 8,000 cards. And then, so it's not a ton of history to try and search through. But yeah, that's why also one reason it's quick. Also, we have sealed product in here as well. So that's really cool. A lot more to come on sealed. But here's one thing we added recently, and also did another video, me and my son, on trying to see how many illustration rares we can buy for $100. Well, there's very limited tools out there to just get a big list of purely illustration rares across all these sets, and then filter sort by low to high. So that's what we did. We added rarity tiers. So I can look across all these sets. Here's all of the illustration rares, and I can sort high to low, and I can go low to high. And what was really fun is to go through and see just how many illustration rares you can rack up for just $100. And so you have a tool now that you can filter by any of these hits. We even included now double rares. So that was one thing that was missing before. Mega attack rares are in here. You got it. Like, I don't have Japanese sets in here, anything like that. I don't have legacy sets. That's on the roadmap for much further in the future. But yeah, search is working. And not only do we have like a dedicated search tool, search is working set specific. So you can go into a set now, look at the set, and then just say, hey, just give me the cards that are Mega Attack Rare for the set. Give me the special illustration rares for the set. Sort low to high. Surfer right now is killing it at $34. Look at that spike. Some idiot bought this for, oh, that's a PSA 10. For some reason, 800 bucks for that one. All right, so that's search that we have now. We have a discrete search, a set search, and now what we just added as of this week is a card value leaderboard. So what this is attempting to do, and something I had in my mind, I wish was a tool that existed that before, until now we've developed it. I always wanted to know which cards are really cheap to buy raw, but have crazy increases in value if they grade a 10. And so that's what this leaderboard is showing you. Biggest gains with grading. And probably not too surprising, this is ranked by the raw value gain, so PSA 10 versus raw price. So you can see here, the PSA 10 value is almost $4,000 for this stinking Umbreon. The raw price is like right at $1,000. So that's a gain of $3,000. That puts this card at the very top for modern right now. Next is Mega Gengar, and you know, the kind of the usual suspects. Huge value gain for Magikarp. And you keep going down, and what you'll find is what's really interesting. If you look at this raw price and this PSA 10 price, let's find some that are really inexpensive. Like what if you had a really cool card down here that only costs like, I don't know, 10 bucks to buy, but has a PSA 10 value of $200 to $300. Seems like, hey, if I were to buy 20 of them and grade them, well, no, you got to take grading fees, so minus the grading fees, of course. But still, you'll have a good chance at getting your return on that investment, assuming you know what to buy. So that was my goal with doing this, and I wanted to see what kind of cool cards. Here's one, Tyranitar, that's only a $60 card raw, but has almost a 10x increase in value with a $580 and a PSA 10. Let's keep going down, see if we can find something even cheaper. Drowsy, here's a big one. This is someone I've been chasing, or I've been wanting to chase, but haven't given a wholehearted effort, is to buy Drowsies. My goal is to get all of the Generation 1 illustration rares in a 10. You know, that's kind of, I know that's a lot. I mean, it's a lot to truly do that. It's a big goal. I don't have that kind of money, but slowly, this was one on my punch list, Drowsy. $36, but has a huge increase to $449. Jump in, you can see like how this is trended, yada yada. Let's go back. But here's another one, Armirage. Okay, this is an illustration rare. This Armirage is a $10, $11 card, but has a $400 value right now. And I'm sure the sales volume on this might be pretty low, and that price could, you know, it's not perfect. The data's not perfect, but soon we'll add sales volume to this too, so you can get a sense for, and also rank cards based on sales volume. So you'll have a lot more information to really go off of. But like, here's one I thought was really interesting. This Tarantula, $8 raw. It's a cool looking card. Right now, this thing is going for $393. And this is another thing I want to add, right? And I'm like jumping ahead, but on my development roadmap, I'm going to add listings or some way to jump and see directly sold listings for this card to help validate some of these prices, of course. Sometimes if a card just doesn't have enough volume, it will, you know, it might seem a little odd, but let's look and see it. Sold items, and we want graded yes and a 10. Oh, so you can see here there's almost no sales for this card and a 10. So it could be one of those things where like you get a CGC 10 for 70. It could be one of those things where it's, you know, this is so low volume that there could have been a sale a long time ago, but it's just not being pursued, or it's not listed out there. There's literally zero sales for this card from eBay right now. Let's see, let's go to price charting, because like I said, price charting is where the majority of my pricing data comes from right now. Let's see what we got here. Tarantula. So you can see the PSA 10 is showing $393 for this card. So yeah, you can see here last sale. So here's where that data is coming from. this is such a low volume. I mean, obviously the people aren't out there buying this card, but it's just really interesting to see like, okay, this is truly confirmed price listings, or not just listings, but sales within the $300 to $400 range for this card. It's just the last one that happened was, you know, last November. So we're talking about like, what was it, 4 months ago? I don't know, months apparently. But yeah, just it's a good tool to kind of like investigate, see what is flying under the radar that could be, yeah, that could be worth investing in. So yeah, I mean, you get it. So you can go down the list, figure out which ones are kind of flying under the radar, have a good potential opportunity to get graded, assuming you're able to buy out there buying. So you just, you know, when you're in the market, when you see, what did I see? Actually, I saw Ralts. So this is another thing. I got search across the site. Ralts was another good one. So look at this. This one is one that's definitely has some sales volume to it. Under the radar card right now. I mean, if you're able to get Ralts, a really good condition Ralts right now, you are off to a good start. And that's something that I found too, looking at this. People crap all over Scarlet and Violet base set. Some of the hidden gems are from Scarlet and Violet base set. That Drowsy, Scarlet and Violet base set. See, I need to add the set here. That's what I need to do now. I need to add the a set filter. Yeah, that Drowsy, that Ralts. I think this one even was Scarlet and Violet. Look at that. Armora, Scarlet and Violet base set. This, Scarlet and Violet base set. It's a low volume, sure, but some of these, I'm just saying, like there's some hidden gems that people are overlooking in there. Ralts in all the way up to the Gardevoir. I think this is even pricier than the Gardevoir, which is crazy. And this is real. Like these are not like made up prices. I mean, look, these are real sales. $400 for these Ralts. Like it's crazy how this card beats out the Gardevoir. Let's look at Gardevoir. And we're gonna look for a special illustration rare. Look at that. PSA 10 in the Gardevoir is $176, but the Ralts is $300, $400. That's what they're going for. That's insane. So, look, the tool's working. It's value. It has really neat. It's neat. Okay, I'm sorry. I'll bleep that out. All right, so let's jump into my my roadmap. I know I'm taking way too long. Here's the big thing. Upcoming this month, I am this close to adding PSA pop data per card. So this is only for now going to be uploaded monthly because I can't scrape the PSA site. They have robot blockers and I don't want to get blocked by PSA. I can't scrape the site. So I'm having to manually download sites, the website by hand for now, but I do have processing scripts that can do the scraping once I've downloaded essentially. So I am doing that only monthly for now, but we will have per card PSA pop data, the gem rate data, and also like in context where it's helpful. Like the gem rate in this would be helpful to know if it's worth it. So like that Ralts, if we see that Ralts has a gem rate that's like 10%, then we'll understand, that helps give context or context to help you understand why this is such a huge disparity between the raw and the PSA 10 price. So we'll have gem rate data this month, essentially before like, you know, what is it, the 24th, like by next week, right? Or by the end of the week. I'm committing to the end of the week now, apparently. So then next is deeper set and card analytics. So we have next month, I want to plan for adding simple things like right now to like having the percent change, like month over month percent change for certain things. That would be the cards for the set values, little things like that we want to add in. This is something I definitely want to add. So I want to add in a leaderboard for sealed products. So it can be, you know, just individual sealed products. I haven't really figured out what kind of classifications that I want yet, but essentially like where you see some of these sealed items, I want to see like how they're trending and which ones are, you know, are worth buying right now. So booster box, you know, sets. So there might be a little, you know, leaderboards for each one, booster box leaderboards based on value, all that sort of stuff. Those are really easy to add. So I'm going to definitely have those. pre-built indexes. So modern chase index, you know, if you don't know what an index is, it's like trying to gauge where the market is headed based on like some key players without having to add everything and adding noise. You can get a sense for like how the market influences, the people, the demand is going by really looking at some of the some key cards. So we could do like modern chase cards. We could say like, I don't know, all illustration rares, promos maybe. Like I said, sealed booster boxes will have their own an index for those, and we will add vintage later. That's much more in the future, but I just wanted to call that out. So some other like features we're gonna add. These are like these are typically paywalled features, like value and card distribution by rarity for a set. This is something that I want to add is gem rate versus value add scatter plot. So like what I was showing on the card leaderboard. Just some kind of metrics around underrated cards, you know, things like that I want to try and play with. Now, this is very much in the future, but big boy features. That is user accounts. The question is, do we want to really commit to having user accounts? It's tricky because this is where you start really relying on outside sources. I need to be connecting to other platforms that have pre-built security features, and I would also have to have my own level of additional security around it, because I wouldn't be storing any private information, but user keys and encrypt them and that sort of thing. That's where it gets into a little tricky and to create this sort of thing. But I do think it's possible. I want to do more exploration around this, but my plan is to have a tool that you can personalize, and whether it's eventually building a collection, I don't know. There's a lot of tools out there for tracking your collection, and that's a big commitment. Once you say, no, I'm going to track your collection, that means I'm kind of in a way helping to track your livelihood. And that means that it has to go really, really well and be perfect. So it's tricky, but what I am thinking about committing to is simply like a watch list, punch list, and it would act sort of like a collection tracker, but you know, we're not talking about card scanning or anything like that. It's more like you go through the search, you see a plus, you add it to your watch list. I think that's a simple enough kind of approach for now, but that's going to take a lot of work. It's going to take some time to get there. So yeah, but that's where I'm thinking. This is my roadmap for the next couple of months. I'm hoping to have potentially a small rollout of user account style personalized features, and yeah, I'm kind of just wanting to go for it. So that's where I'm at. I hope you like Collectrics. This is a passion project. I'm having a lot of fun. I think that the tool already does a lot of things for me that I don't get out of other tools. I think it's much easier to use. I think it's prettier. Like, that's another thing that's a big hang up for me, is using tools that look like garbage and feel like garbage to use. So I made especially sure that I put some extra effort into making it easy. But yeah, I'm really encouraging feedback. I have a very small viewership out there, but if you happen to cross this video and you like what you see, please give me a like, give me a subscribe. I'm gonna keep doing this, and I'm looking forward to your feedback, and I'm just gonna keep having fun. So thanks again. Come back for more, and we'll see you in the next video.